see if the test card will go up. Oh, wait. Mute my mic.
Queens and gentle Xenos, coming to you live from Rick Priestley's luxurious mansion. This is the #1 Tyranid Shitshow on the internet, the Creature Conference, and here is your host, Mr. Pink.
Super blessed.
Hello and welcome to this may be a very janky stream. I am trying to stream from a place with very dicey internet. So far, I've been able to chat with two of my co-hosts, Hive Fleet Moloch and Flynn Hammer, but I don't know if this is going to hold up. So if the stream dies, we're gonna record it locally and then put it up after. But for now, it seems like it's working. Folks out there in YouTube land, let us know if we're coming through. You can hear us. YouTube say error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Okay, well that sounds like fun. We'll see what happens. But anyway, welcome. Hello, Hive Fleet Moloch. Thank you for joining us today.
Hi, good evening. Glad to be online with you.
Hi. Great. And hello, Flynn Hammer. Thank you for joining us.
Sorry I was late. Or am I early?
You weren't late. You can't be late if I don't tell you that we're starting early. But you know, we'll see what happens. Thanks for jumping on so quickly. When I was like, hey Flynn, we actually were hoping to start early today, and I realized I didn't properly tell you that.
It's all right.
It's half of a course around
Also,
here.
yeah, so we're gonna try. YouTube's giving me a big fat error. So people out there, I don't know, people in YouTube land might not even be able to hear us, but I guess they would tell us in the chat if they couldn't hear us. I don't see. Yeah, so Marco, Flynn, what have you guys been up? Oh, and Hydra should be joining us soon, but he hasn't arrived yet, so we hope to see him very soon.
Don't make him
Flynn. Flynn, Marco, what have you been up to? Start with Flynn. What have you been up to?
A fair bit actually. Been getting work progressed on working on the Leviathan Tyranids. So the Screamer Killer is done. It's just getting added to the queue of posts for Instagram. Barb Gaunts have done those. I started on my Psychophage, and I'm already seeing other people going with the leg hooves, and I'm already going, I need to adapt that.
The
into
leg
the
hooves?
energy.
What do you mean the leg hooves?
So instead of having
what are the leg hooves?
So everyone's using like the Hive Tyrant or the Carnifex legs to put on there as a back pair instead of just having the.
Oh yeah. Tactical D-Bag's done that.
Yeah. I've seen a few.
Grim and Gribbly's done that. Creature Constructor's done that.
I'm just like,
so basically swapping out the spidery Knife Walker legs for more Tyranid looking legs with hooves, right?
Yeah, and I've already like, changed its whole neck point, so it's actually more level rather than it just sitting, it just raised up, like it's arse in the air sort of thing. I've changed that, so it's going to be more level and flat. So that's what I've been working on, and then it's just piecing everything into place for it all, just make sure everything lines up and just getting those ones done. But yeah, the Screamer Killer was the fun one to do. I really enjoyed it. Also, I have completed another Mega Gargant conversion as well.
Oh, is that the one, the pirate one that you posted?
The pirate one, yes, with a peg leg.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, we were talking about this before we went on the air, but if you're not familiar with Flynn Hammer, you should check him out on YouTube. Sorry, on Instagram, especially if you like giants, because we believe that Flynn Hammer has the largest collection of giants in the world. And though that might sound like bragging, when you go and look at Flynn's profile, it's going to be clear to you that it's going to take a lot of giants to top Flynn. he's got a pile of giants. In fact, he sent us like the little Johan that comes with the Gargants, that the guy who's running away. I think he sent me like 5 or 6 of them. Marco, how many did you get?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, so he was able to send us 5 or 6 of the one model. Wait, go ahead, Marco. What was that?
Not enough, but I'm feeling super blessed by this. Big thanks, Flynn.
It's all right. Yeah,
well, I can give you more if you want them. I don't know what I'm going to use them.
It's all fine.
You have what? How many?
146 built giants. That includes Mega Gargants and third-party
Good
giants
Lord.
as well. That doesn't include the
what?
7 I've still got to build that I have sitting in a box.
I think that might be enough, buddy. Oh, Hydra, you here?
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Hey, don't turn on your video because my internet's garbage. So if you turn on your video, it might kill my internet. So just don't worry about that, okay?
Okay. Do we stream?
All right. We are streaming currently. I think we're streaming. YouTube may have something to say about that because my internet's crap, but we'll see.
Awesome.
For now, it looks like we're streaming. Dwarfenage tells us that we're what do we got? Flynn, can you see the chat?
Yeah, we're choppy, but it's like the good old days.
I think that's before you guys even joined up with me when I was doing like the crappy streams on my phone. Yeah, hot tip. If you want to start streaming random like work in progress stuff, you don't need a fancy setup. You could literally just like use your phone and like log it onto YouTube and just like stream from your phone. It doesn't work great for like talking to people in the chat, but it works. The first few hobby streams I did were that. It's not too bad. I don't know. Simon, so glad you could join us.
Yes, me too.
Don't turn on your video because my internet's garbage. So
Oh wow, I'm hearing someone's audio.
Yeah, that's
There's
probably
double
mine.
audio
Give me a
through.
sec. Oh, there.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, we were just talking about what we're doing. So Flynn, what else you got going on hobby wise this week?
That's
That it?
it. I did manage to pick up an old zombie dragon. Not the old zombie dragon, but one of the zombie dragons.
Plastic one?
No, not the plastic one. The one before
Yeah.
that, the metal one that was sort of the S-shaped one, but it's not the S-shaped dragon. But it's hard to
Probably
get, but
sculpted by Trish Carden.
probably sculpted by.
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
Did you watch that? Painting phase interview with Trish?
Yeah, that was actually pretty. That was
Do you
interesting.
have this? Do you have this? What is it? Ravager, Maverick? What was her thing called? Marauder. Do you
Marauder
have this
Giant.
Marauder giant that everyone
Yes!
wants?
Okay, yes. Sorry, my giant's is 147. I forgot about that one on the list.
I'm not going to be able to tell the difference.
I
146, 147. It's all the same to me.
I have it too. Very nicely painted as well.
Yeah,
Oh, nice. Okay.
I think
Is that one that's hard to find, Flynn?
not hard to find, just expensive. It's about 80 quid at least minimum, and that's not even the good.
Is it the tall, lanky one?
No,
Is it the lanky one?
No,
it's the Empire one.
Oh, okay.
Metal. Look, actually
Oh, it's the
wearing
Empire
clothes.
one.
It's the one that's actually wearing clothes. Oh no, I do have it
Oh,
in my
okay.
list.
I thought it was some like
It's in my-
fancy weird one.
No, I haven't taken a photo of mine, but what I will
Okay,
do-
so shall we move on to Marco's hobby? Do you have anything else that you wanted to report, Flynn?
No, not really. I've got nothing else at the moment. Just yeah, that's it really.
Okay. Sweet. Thanks. Marco, Hive Fleet Moloch, what have you been up to this week, hobby-wise?
I tried to think about it because the thing is, I was having big trouble with my bad back since I jumped off a sinking ship in May, and wasn't able to sit down for 6 weeks or something. So there was no hobby.
I'm
time.
sorry that you went through that. I'm glad that you made it through, though. I'm glad you made it off that ship. The Tyranid community and us personally would have been very sad had you not made it off that ship.
Thank you.
We're gonna sleep with the fish, man.
Yeah, it's a story in itself, but I fear we won't have enough time today to talk about it properly.
We'll see.
Maybe we can one day. Well, anyway,
Maybe after. Yeah.
I'm able to sit down again, which is a really blessing if you get to my age.
Yeah.
And of course, I started to hobby away as soon as I could. I'm in the process of finishing the Cruci Prime that you did many years ago.
Yes.
And just as we told
Yes.
I just have one final minor detail to get to be painted, then it's complete. Then it's really done. Besides the base and the extra stuff, but this is going to be easy. So yeah, I'm super pumped to finally get it finished, and I'm totally happy with how it looks in the end. Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. I'm so excited. Yeah, this is something that did you ask me to do this like 10 years ago?
Holy crap.
I think it was a long.
Like, was it when
long time
Simon
ago.
was Simon was sculpting the Reaver plates? Like,
Yes.
it was part of that, wasn't it? Yeah. So, hold on. Let's see if I can pull this up. I can't actually touch my keyboard right now because of my janky setup, but I might be able to make this happen. Oh, here we go. Oh yeah, okay, I can go to my own profile. So if you missed it, Marco on his Hive Fleet Moloch account over on Instagram posted this week a picture of the Cruci Prime, which is a crucified Tyranid Prime that we conceived of together for one of his Titans. It was supposed to be for a Reaver Titan, but apparently it got too big for that. And I kit bashed it up. I mounted it on this eye that was printed by Felix Cruzy, whatever, the Crute guy. But I had literally been working on this thing. Started working on it like a decade ago, and then put it away. And then when Marco reemerged from the warp and came back onto Instagram and started posting all his awesome models again, I was like, shit, I really have to finish this for Marco. So I I got back to it. I finished it, and I was actually really happy with how it turned out. I feel like it's suitably grim.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of the more grimdark things I've done. Because I
Absolutely.
tend to stick away from Imperials, and Marco is doing an amazing job painting it. Apparently, these are not good photos. They look very small on YouTube, but oh, Flynn posted it in the chat. Good.
Yeah, thanks. No.
Yeah.
The big selling page. Funnily enough, I also worked on the Reaper Titan today, which Simon contributed to. So,
Sweet.
Both fucking large and 10 years long projects are going to be ended very, very soon. And then I'm going to be happy.
Great.
Yes.
Until we start our next 10-year projects together.
Yeah, we've already discussed what the next project is.
Yeah. Then I also painted a bit of Tyranid terrain, which I have yet to upload pictures of, just to test some color schemes and test to see how yucky I can make it. And I'm fairly happy with it.
Is this some like 3D printed stuff, or I know you have a lot of 3D printed stuff that you're using for Tyranid terrain, right?
Yes, but I don't think it's something you have seen before. It's not very Tyranid, but it's
exciting.
Very icky and yucky. And you know, I always said I never tried to do some Xenophil paint jobs. I never worked with contrasts before, and I wanted some easy pieces to train to work on these colors to just work on my skills.
And how did you find it? Isn't it awesome?
Well, I thought that contrast really doesn't work on flat surfaces because it just gets too blotchy. On anything else where you have enough texture, it's bloody amazing.
Yeah.
Guess why the new Tyranids have so much texture?
I'm glad for
Easy
that.
to paint with contrast.
Yeah,
Simon, are you using a different mic? You're like kind of crunchy, man.
Yeah, I still haven't unpacked my correct microphone from the holidays, and so I'm sticking to my.
If I can turn down your audio.
Oh, am I too loud?
Hold on. It's okay. I fixed it. Don't worry. Just speak again.
We're going retro with the stream.
Hey.
Yeah, we're going super retro.
Yeah, that's
Speak again, Simon.
Yes, I keep talking.
Okay, that's better. Yeah.
Okay, great.
I fixed your audio, I think.
Hooray! I'm fixed.
So just to wrap up my stuff that I did this week, I'm currently assembling a Neuro Tyrant, which I'm feeling super blessed to have this model in my hands right now. I started converting the Screamer Killer.
Yeah. Oh, great.
I'm pretty far with it. It's not quite finished, but pretty far. I bought a new airbrush today, finally, to just get an airbrush which is able to do detailed work, which I didn't have before.
Which did you get?
Great.
I bought going to be fine enough for whatever I need to do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm super interested to learn more about this because I always wanted to get more into airbrushing, but I never did.
It's such an easy hack. Like, have you tried putting a contrast through the airbrush yet?
No, but they all say the contrast loses its contrast properties, doesn't it?
No, lies. It's all lies. You just need to make sure that you're diluting it properly. That's total lies. Contrast through an airbrush is fine, and it does wonders. It's just like being able to like put it on like with a spray can kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I just bought 6 cans of contrast medium for that. So I hope I'm.
Oh no! Did you buy them from Games Workshop?
Got it cheap. Why?
Oh, okay. I have a tip for you. In fact, I should share this tip with everyone. If anyone needs contrast medium, don't buy it from Games Workshop. Get it from War Colors. Flynn, do you know War Colors, Flynn?
Yeah, but I'll go look for it in a second. I'm just putting a message in chat for everyone because
thank you.
The stream is quite a bit. It's quite a bit behind, so I'm just letting people know that bit.
Oh, okay. Behind. How do you?
So it's about like 2 or 3 minutes back.
The video and the audio is out of sync, or?
No, the video and the audio is about 3 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes after we spoke, and it then goes on the stream because of buffering. But
well, that doesn't really matter, does it?
Not really, and that's why I'm just putting.
They're all living in the same delayed reality.
Yeah. Warcolors.com.
As long as
if someone wants to write something and we react to that, that takes some time. And that's
Yeah,
probably
we asked a
Oh,
question.
gotcha, okay.
That's right. As soon as
Smart.
we ask a question, I'm going to type it in chat. And so
Okay.
they can.
Oh, good. Okay. Thank you, Flynn. So I don't have it with me here, but if you go to War Colors is based in Cyprus. I ordered them to Canada, no problem. It was so easy. They have this giant bottle of contrast medium. This is what I use. It's how big is this? It's $4.99 and it's 30 milliliters, or you can buy a 250 milliliter one.
Wow.
If you want all the contrast medium in the world. But like War Colors is really cool. They're chill. Their prices are not that bad. Their shipping was not that bad to North America. So I'm sure it'll be pretty good to Europe. But the other thing with War Colors is that they got kind of famous for, how the hell do I get to it? They did a nostalgia line of paints. Have you guys heard about this?
Yes.
yes. I think you told us about it.
Even
But-
so,
I probably did.
They basically revamped the old color range from Games Workshop. Was it something like that?
Yeah, they remade it. Yeah, but so they made two. They made Nostalgia 88, which was like Games Workshop's first, or Citadel's first paint line. And then that was in like the same pots that Citadel used to use, the flip top ones. But then people got mad and they were like, yo, War Colors, your dropper bottles are so hot. Why are you not doing these in dropper bottles? So then they did Nostalgia 94, which was the new paint set they released in 1994. And it, like, there's flesh wash in here, Marco. You got to get some of this. I know you love flesh wash. So War Colors remade the newer paints, and you can see all the colors that they have here. And I think they perform slightly better than the old paints used to, because I got some of the Nostalgia 88 ones, and like to this day, the Nostalgia 88 pink is like one of the most pinkest pinks I've ever. They even made this ridiculous thing where you can get it's like a paint marker that for painting your bases, goblin green. They've gone like full hog on this, and they're cool dudes. And like I've used their stuff and I like their stuff. They also have like their own whole line of paints that aren't based on like nostalgia stuff. But yeah, I figured people who like Games Workshop stuff, they might feel that
Why
that
are
stuff's
you only
nostalgic. But
totally not sponsored.
go ahead. I'm not sponsored. I don't get shit from them. Yeah, so they got a whole bunch of paints. Their dropper bottles are amazing. I've bought empty dropper bottles of theirs because they have like a little, it's a dropper and then it seals very well. Like there's a little nub that goes into the point of the bottle, like the opening, to keep it shut. So yeah, check out War Colors. I'm not at all sponsored. They don't give me anything.
Oh, they also do a paint transfer set. That's quite handy.
They do all kinds of cool shit. So
Okay,
yeah, check them out.
Let me finish with my report, then I'm done.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, fine. The final thing I can report is that some of you who follow my Instagram account might have noticed that I posted some big pictures from the storyboard guy on Instagram, Aaron Davis, who
Yeah.
made the awesome Tyranid conversion with a T-Rex shaped body and all kinds of cool details. And I was able to convince him to make one for me. And it's on the way now from
Amazing.
down under Germany, and I'm super stoked to paint it.
Amazing.
Death chickens.
Yeah, these are his murder chickens, he calls them.
Yes. Yes. That's it from me from this week.
Yeah.
Lots of stuff on the
Sweet. Thanks, man. I'm really excited to see what you're doing with the Screamer Killer. How far are we away from you posting your conversion work?
2 weeks, I'd say. 1 week. Depends.
Sweet. I'm gonna set an alarm.
It's the gorilla pattern Screamer Killer.
Nice.
Oh, is it like Box?
Don't know.
Is it inspired by Box's one?
No. I haven't seen
Box.
it.
Oh man. Box did a kind of gorilla-y Screamer Killer that is haunting my dreams.
Oh shit.
I need to make one. I'm super excited. Anyway, I look forward to seeing yours too. I think that'll be another. Oh man, I'm just so excited. Like Marco converting Tyranids. It has been too long. It's truly been too long. I'm so happy to hear it.
You.
Simon, what have you been up to this week in the hobby?
I have actually built something. Like I've been on vacation the last 3 weeks, and this has, well, I painted a few things, but nothing very spectacular.
Yeah.
And yeah, as I am the least Tyranid of us,
Come on. Actually, I heard from through the grapevine that you may have ordered some new Tyranids.
Yes.
That could be possibly true, but until then, I'm entertaining myself with something quick and fun. And the fine gentleman called Apocrypha now on Instagram, also known as Ben, who invented the Fishing 28 game and the
Oh, yeah.
and Tonks, which has been great fun. Or is
Oh,
great
Tonks,
fun.
the tank game.
Yeah, which probably got another boost because the Bill making stuff YouTuber dude kind of built stuff for that, and everyone got crazy.
Yeah.
He has something running right now, which is called Yellow Cube. There's a little competition he called out for, and there's this tabletop RPG called Merkborg, which I never really looked into, but apparently apparently it's quite fun. Yeah.
It's not tabletop. It's like Dungeons and Dragons. It's like paper and pencil role playing, isn't it? I didn't think they had miniatures.
Yeah, and what's it called? Forbidden Psalms is the tabletop RPG version for that, I guess. Well,
okay.
He wrote a little supplement for his gaming group a while ago, where an ominous yellow cube was kind of the enemy, and he kind of stuck a yellow cube to like historical figures, and that looked really fun because breaking all the details with like a symmetrical cube is looking pretty funny. And so he kind of called out for this competition about this people sticking yellow cubes to all kind of things now, animals or whatever. And I have in front of me my answer to that. At the very beginning when he started that, someone stuck, I think it was a pyramid to some miniatures and said, well, these are here to challenge the yellow cubes. And I thought, well, it's all 3 dimensions, and we live on Instagram, and there are no 3 dimensions. It's all a lie. We're just consuming everything on flat surface.
Yeah.
So the world is flat, as everyone knows. So I invented my circle heads who run out and preach that the world is flat and that there is no third dimension. It's the third dimension is a lie. That's the basic punchline. And I basically stuck washers from the hardware store to night models, and having a hell of fun with that. It's quick and simple and funny and a good palate cleanser.
Good.
Yeah, that's sadly and basically everything I have been able to do.
Dude, it's not sadly. It's hobby. That's awesome.
Yeah. Aside from like when I was on holidays, I will not tell anyone where this place is, but I ran into a hobby store, and that was freaking amazing because they were selling off boxes there for incredibly cheap, like Games Workshop boxes. And I want to go there back next year because we booked.
That's why you're not telling anyone
already.
where it is.
Yeah,
exactly.
Keeping it for yourself.
So I can go there, and I was very shy at buying stuff because I was like, oh yeah, what might possibly cost this box cost, and what might possibly cost this box, and in the end I was paying the shit, and when I was home I thought, well shit, I should have bought the whole fucking store.
Yeah.
And need to go there next year again.
You're just not taking the kids with you next year, are you? More space in the car.
Yeah.
So Simon.
Yeah.
Simon, where is it?
Yeah, I will tell you in a message. Actually, I told 2 friends, and they got pretty excited. And then I bought stuff for them there. Actually, one I was walking through the store and sent him pictures of the things that they have there. and we didn't have actual prices on the things, but we had a rough estimation of what things would cost, and he basically lost his mind. And in the end, it was like, okay. It was like a live shopping tour. He was sitting on the train, and I was buying stuff for him, and that was pretty mad. But it was so much, and the boxes were so large that I had to ship them to him. So the next stop was a post station that I could ship all the parcels.
So yeah, I saw Blackstone Fortress boxes plural. I saw, he sent me a picture, and I was like, wow. It's a wondrous place.
That was ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, well found. This is why you should always check out random little hobby shops when you're traveling. I mean, not Games Workshop. Definitely. They're always the same. Although I always go to Games Workshops when I'm traveling to see like if they're any different. But
you mentioned that. That just reminds me of something. In the old White Dwarfs, they used to actually have that section of where's the hobby section, where's the hobby stores and stuff. So they had their own
they
ones,
had like
and
the
then they
list.
had a list of all of the others. Yeah. They don't do that anymore. They have it on their website, yeah. Not even just
I didn't know they had it on the website.
Stores,
I thought it was just gone.
shops. No, so if you go Store Finder, because obviously my closest store to where Games Workshop store where I live is about because I live in London, I've got the tube. It's about half an hour away on the tube.
Yeah.
But it used to be you had two within that set. Now it's a half an hour away.
Yeah.
But they do have other ones because there's going to be parts of whatever country you're in where there is not going to be a store nearby you. So they have it where they can advertise the FLGs because they still get money from selling to an FLG and you buying from an FLG. So they want you to get in the hobby and give you an option to get in the hobby.
If you're not familiar, FLG is friendly local gaming. It's usually FLGS, friendly local gaming store. It's just basically a hobby shop that's not affiliated with this workshop.
Do you remember those very tiny leaflets they put into their boxes, which were like folded down to the size of a check card?
Yeah, weren't they mostly about promoting Games Workshop stuff though?
No, they were just a few pictures from what they a few pictures of products, but basically it was an address list. And I
don't know that we got that in Canada.
Okay. Well, you maybe, why not? Because there were addresses in the United States in there, and overseas places. I think I have one of those somewhere kicking around, but I have traveled to various places trying to find those stores. And because this list that was probably printed once, it was more than once that I was in total excitement running to one of those stores and just finding that there was now a hairdresser in there, something like that.
Oh, damn. They didn't update it, yeah.
Yeah, but on the other side, I ran into a shitload of cool stores in using this little map.
And got many new haircuts, huh?
Yeah. I had hair to cut.
Aww. You still have hair to cut. It's just a quick cut. You got a haircut when you were in Canada for my wedding. Well, that was mostly a beard trim, I guess. Yeah.
Beer hair is still beer hair.
So, like Simon, I'm on holiday this week, or like Simon was, I'm on holiday this week. I have not made any trips to hobby stores because there's not really hobby stores in my area. But yeah, I've been having a good time. Go ahead. What's that?
There's nothing in your area.
No, not here. We're up in the woods.
Even though the adverts don't appear for you.
What's that?
Those special saucy adverts on certain websites don't appear.
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
What, singles in your area?
Oh no, I've hot tip. If you're getting pissed off about ads on your social media, I've just started blocking anyone that advertises to me on Instagram, and I now get the weirdest ads. I get like ads for like real estate agents in like other parts of Canada because Instagram is trying and failing to find out what it can advertise to me. And I just literally, you just go to the profile. It's so easy on Twitter. I don't recommend anyone use Warhammer Twitter because it's kind of a hellscape. But also, God, oh, I have to use Twitter for my job, and it's kind of depressing me what Elon Musk is doing to it, but enough of that. On Twitter, it's really easy because as soon as you see an ad, there's just an option to block. So I block them immediately. And then, but on Instagram, it's a little slower process. You have to actually go to the profile and block them. Like you have to click over to their profile and then click block. But then they can't advertise to you anymore. So if you if there's an annoying ad that keeps coming up on Instagram, just block them. Nothing to lose.
Do it all the time.
Anyway, yeah, so my hobby, I've been away at a cottage here in Canada land for a while now. Coming to the end of it.
Nice.
So sad. Ripley is living his best life. He basically wants to be in the water all the time. Nora is currently entertaining him, I believe. Yeah, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna do so much hobby work at the cottage, but I've mostly just been like chilling, reading, hanging out, using the sauna, doing fun stuff like that. But it's been nice. We've been very lucky. So the hobby work I have done is I experimented for the first time with, oh god, I don't have the box here, but with Tamiya. People have been telling me about this Tamiya's putty options. The one that people are suggesting is called Tamiya Putty Quick Type. I couldn't get Quick Type, but I got Smooth Type, which comes in like, look at this, individually packaged tapes that are in the box. There's 4 of each of these, so you get 8 total. And they tell you to just like cut off part of it. So it's A-B part. You mix it together. And I started work on this. This is meant to be a barricade for Killteam. If you're familiar with Killteam, it comes with these little barricades. And as part of the game, you can like deploy barricades, 2 barricades for your forces. I was like, well, that's dumb. They're just boring Imperial ones. So I wanted to make Tyranid barricades. So I tried sculpting these armor plates. Go ahead.
Nick, sorry to interrupt, but did you just say barricade or barricade?
Sorry, barricade. Barricade, like a wall.
It sounds like barricades to me, which is a very Canadian thing to say.
Yeah, we gotta. Well, that's what we hang out in. We say we go to the cottage, but actually Canadians call it the bear cave. So I'm in my bear cave right now. Yeah. Fun fact: Nora once lived. She moved into an apartment that used to be someone else's bear cave, but you know.
Didn't you already sculpt barricades for Tyranids?
I did sculpt barricades for Tyranids. Yes, you're right. I made them out of these plastic containers, but they're big, and like the Killteam ones are all supposed to be a certain size. So what I did here is I traced like this plastic art piece is actually like the barricade from Killteam traced. So I'm trying to keep it as close to that as possible. And also it's supposed to stand like on an angle. So I got to like make like an angled base. So yeah, I put armor plates up the outside, and now I'm sculpting kind of like spinal column structures on the inside. Because I love, anyone who knows me knows I love a good spinal column. Yeah, and I'm gonna get some like, go ahead, Simon.
Gives you structure.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm gonna do some more like Tyranid Gribblies in here, but yeah, so I've been working on that. But other than that, I have been working on a, oh, let me see if I can grab it. Where the heck is it? On a neuro tyrant. Go ahead. Oh, Flynn, can you go through the chat?
Yeah, I was just going to say quickly, while you're doing that, if you're wanting some hints of where Nidvember is going, Nick does have a hint on it. What Nick's doing is some sort of hint towards it without him intentionally knowing he's doing a hint towards it.
Tyranid terrain. Marco's going to win.
Whoa!
Dog over there.
But so we're living up. We're giving no clues out. You'll have to wait until we get closer. Okay, so for this chat, hello to Dwarfinish, Musais, Diana, Dan Kaplinger, James Milner, Dave Pikey, Last Chance, John Amir, Tom Wilson, Will K, James Milner, T. Dudum, and I think that is everyone who's, and one above all who has just turned up. When I'm reading these messages, I'm just putting that in for chat when they get around to it. We do get people going, I need help for my giant addiction. It's a very big problem. Thank you, Diana, for that one. She did appreciate that. Was good. Because Flynn, you have a problem, a giant problem.
I like it.
So obviously, I know chat is far behind where we are, but James Moore does go at one point. I've been super active hobbying for once, but that's mainly as I had a surprise trip to Warhammer World during the Tyranid reveal
Oh,
and came back super
sweet.
inspired. Has been nice. And
Wait, James Milner, were you were there while they were doing the reveal? Like, do you get to watch it there? I'm wondering, like, what happens at Warhammer World during a reveal. You can give us any details in the chat. That would be great.
yeah, Dwarfenage actually made the perfect bit for us. Chat, what have you been hobbying on?
I wanted to shout out Dwarfenage for that. Dwarfenage, thanks for doing that. Thanks
Yeah.
for inspiring
Thank
the
you.
chat, because we're kind of like all over the shop, and I appreciate that.
And also, everyone is like, and this is it's still got war colors on the screen, so I know how far we are.
Don't, Flynn.
We're
They're
back.
living in a different reality. Don't worry about it. Don't lose any
Yes, we
sleep
know.
over it.
It's
Probably janky
doing
as
the
heck
time
for
warp.
them. They're here. They're dealing
Oh.
with the time warp. We appreciate it. Let's just move on.
Yeah. Sorry. Got the let's do the time warp song in my head now. Tom Wilson that I know said he's never built a giant but really wants some Johans. I may have some spare. Just send me a message after the stream. Dorfus goes, contrast plus airbrush helps with flat surfaces.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Hazelwood says, I'm doing a Tyrannifex at the moment, and have had it partially built for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
Barcase is here. I missed Barcase on the list.
Oh, Barcase, welcome.
Just one message. And it says, aren't the next 10-year projects the Karen, the drop pod, and the bum loading thing you guys are still working on?
Oh, wow. Wow, Barcase. Wow, buddy.
That is shade.
That is low. That is really low.
We ban him?
Damn, you got
Oh, we can't ban him. We need him. We need him too much.
No, we need the action, bro.
We're nothing without Barcase.
Just sit on the naughty step and think of what you've done.
Yeah, sit on the naughty step.
James Miller does go, those war colors look cool. I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, the paints are okay. I think they're like gel based, so similar to like scale, something like that. I don't know. I got them. Their paints are okay. They're not amazing, but I love the nostalgia stuff. There's some cool colors in there that I missed. And yeah, they're like, if you need contrast medium though, like 100%. And also just like their dropper bottles are really good. I bought a bunch of them to repot my paints.
Talking about paints, I saw something today that really blew my mind.
Yeah.
That Scale 75 is lowering their prices.
Guess because they're not selling?
Who? I don't know, but PK Pro said that they are forwarding the new prices to the customers immediately.
Good.
All right, I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty surprising that something actually gets cheaper.
Yeah.
Hello, Ripley.
Yeah. Oh, you guys can hear him? Yeah, sorry. There's a dog over the way, and the dog over the way is barking. Has discovered that there's a dog over here, and now they're having a conversation. He is down at the dock. He is not near me, but he is talking it up. Talking up a storm.
Get off me lawn.
Something like that. So this is jankily put together by Blue Tack mostly, but this is my big beefy Neuro Tyrant that I'm working on. So Hive Tyrant base, Neuro Tyrant bits, a bunch of weird brain stuff, loosely inspired by Onslaught, if you're familiar with Onslaught from Marvel Comics. Anyway, it started as an Onslaught homage, but I think it's kind of moved beyond that. Also inspired by Persnickety Sculptor, because Persnickety Sculptor used these huge mitts, Aerospecs mitts on a Tyrant, and I thought it looked amazing. So yeah, that's what I've been working on recently. Got to get a little more work done on that. And then I've also been working on this Screamer Killery boy, who is a commission for someone who they came through Instagram. I can't remember. They emailed me. I meant to have this finished before Leviathan dropped, but then Leviathan dropped and I got distracted. So yeah, using talons sculpted by Bits of Box years ago. Dated a bit. Here's a big screamy boy. Been working on him. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how he's coming along, but I just got to keep moving. So that's me for the hobby. Sorry, what's that?
So those box talons are just superb.
They are. I wanted to get more made, but full disclosure, I can't find the original. It's somewhere in the studio and I don't know where, and it really stresses me out. But I'm looking into maybe getting more of them. Although I had also talked to Box about the possibility of making new ones that were like inspired by the new Screamer, but I don't know how he feels about that. So we'll see. Yeah. So what's the chat been working on, Flynn? And in the chat, if you haven't posted yet, please tell us what you've been working
on. We've only had 2 more since then. Since the last readout. As we've already covered about the time delay, they are still living in the past.
Okay, maybe we go ahead and come back to the chat later.
Sounds great. So one of the things that I really wanted to do this time was that the 3 of us were able to join the preview stream that they had for Oghram with all the shiny new Tyranids, but one of us was notably absent from that being Hydra, our dear sweet bug brother. And as one of the core members of the Creature Conference, I think we would be remiss without going over all that cool new buggy stuff and getting Hydra's perspective on it. So
yes,
Simon, are you able to pull up the address here? So we're going to be going from, are you able to pull up the website?
Yes, you find me well prepared. I have you mean the community website?
Yes.
Yeah. The reveal pictures?
Yes. So where would you like to start, as you're the one leading the charge on this?
Oh, shit.
Which one do you want to start with?
I start with the first. Biovorpyrivore?
Biovorpyrivore, okay.
Horrifying living tree?
Yes, so the Biovorpyrivore, which may be one of the biggest departures that we saw on the stream.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, lay it on us, Simon. How are you feeling about the Biovorpyrivore that we saw at the preview?
Well, as a disclaimer, I have not heard what you have said about that before.
Oh, cool.
So,
okay.
This is just my take. So, first of all, the whole body shape reminded me pretty much of something that would have come out of StarCraft.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Yeah, like a lurker or a burrower or whatever they're called. Baneling.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit torn because the whole thing feels very familiar.
Yep.
I like that they have that it's walking on 6 legs. So the basic thing is that they just exchange the weapons, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the main difference between them.
And the tail.
Yes.
And the tail, yeah. Okay, so what I do love about it is the head from the side glance. It could have used without having a mouth. It could have been just more gribbly down there.
Yeah.
So it has a very spidery look, and it has those 2 fangs that large spiders have, like a tarantula or something like that.
Yep.
No. What's that? A bird?
Yeah.
Bird. Those
tarantula.
Large things. So they could have, just given it a gribbly mouth and be good with it. Not sure if it needs eyes, but I really like that the head is so pulled back and has the guardings left and right.
Yep.
And I like that they kind of broken up the carapace shape in the whole range, so it's not always a sleek. When you look at the Carnifex, for example, that was a very design dominant thing. That the first carapace plate in the neck is very slick and featureless, I would say. Aside from vents, which I'm missing here, but I'm not sure if vents could have added to the thing or not. I don't know, but I like that they have used this negative space thing that they started using on the Dark Eldars with those holes in the back carapace plates which stand upright. Not sure if that makes in a sense, in a biological defense sense, because apparently there are holes in it, so places where it can look through, but that's fine. Now the main thing is the weapon mount is, I don't know. I'm really torn with that, because the weapon mount is on the one side, it has those legs which apparently cramp it into the creature's back or hold it to it. We cannot see it on the pictures, or I cannot see it. Maybe there's a 360 somewhere.
No.
But okay, those arm-like structures, those look interesting, but the whole weapon in itself doesn't really make sense to me. When I think about your takes on those big bugs, Nick, where you have thought about recoil and stuff like that, just putting more weight behind the barrel doesn't really make sense to me.
Yeah.
Apparently there are some pointy structures out there which stretch out, but there's no sense in those additional what's that called, carapace plates, which just fan out. I don't see the reason for that.
Yep.
I feel that the whole weapon mount looks very fragile. It looks like when it's shooting seriously, it will blast away. And what I liked about the old Pyrovores is that Biovores, their artillery idea was clearly readable because the weapons were pointing upwards.
Yes.
And not forward.
Yeah, so the blast would the shock of the blast would go like down into the ground and like into the creature kind of thing.
Yeah. And it also made it readable as what it is, an artillery piece. So to me, the Biovore shoots like a grenade launcher. It basically lobs the ammunition towards the enemy and not, shoots it right in its face.
Yeah.
So and I'm kind of sad that this is gone. If I had one of those, I would try to mimic your design and have the gun point upwards.
Yeah, a lot of people have commented on that they're disappointed that the Biovore gun is pointing forward and not. Doesn't seem to make a lot of sense.
About the new spore mines?
Yeah.
Maybe it's because the way they are painted, but I like the older one better.
Yeah.
Because these look like heads. They would look perfect. They look like heads.
Yeah, agreed.
Like they would look like they would work perfectly as heads for like a biomechanical visor. I could see a great combination of them with the Osiak Bone Reapers. Because they have those weird structures as well, those bony but yet organic shapes.
Yeah.
And these things that don't make sense. I like my old ones.
Yeah.
Because they have those weird textures, stuff like that. It looked like unfinished helmets.
Yeah, people have joked that they look like Master Chief from Halo.
Yeah, something like that. They have this visor thing going on.
Yeah.
And if I see it, the Pyrovore, the tail of the Pyrovore just folds up like that. It reminds that of one of those leaf mimicking insects.
Yeah.
That have these fanned out tails that apparently can flop upwards. I'm not this would, to me, make more sense for the Biovore.
Yes.
Like this tail could somewhat kind of absorb the shock from from shooting stuff. But if it's a heat shield, what is it protecting? There's nothing behind it. So yeah, sorry. If the Screamer Killer is standing behind this Biovore when it's shoot, and nothing about this tells me that it's fire or whatever, that it's burning. Like the whole design from the barrel is so similar to the Biovore. Yeah, I don't know.
So I wanted to show it on here. I talked about it on the Work in Progress Wednesday stream, but I don't think I talked about it with you guys. That I'm not logged into Twitter, and I wish I was, because there's someone on Twitter who did an analysis of like the new Biovore and Pyrivore, and compared them to the old Pyrivore, and drew the conclusion that someone at Games Workshop might have fucked up, and that the one that we were told is a Biovore might actually be the Pyrivore, and the one that we were like, and vice versa, because of the way the guns are designed, that they actually imitate the gun of the other one.
No, what's the name of the person?
Dicey June.
Cool, got it.
I don't think so for one reason.
Yeah, go ahead.
When you look at the Biovore, you have this very strong barrel, and at the Pyrivore you have those sacks running along the barrel.
Yes,
so
that look like spore mines. Exactly.
No, the other way around. Those look like sacks which would fill up with liquid, which is pushed forward.
Oh, you think so? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and the other one looks like a cannon where ammunition is shot. Well, don't get me wrong. This Biovore is not having fun giving birth to those things. It looks like squeezing a cactus into your ass, but or out of your ass. I don't know, but these they don't look like they would go when they leave the Biovore, but
yeah,
this maybe that's why it's so angry, because it has to painfully shoot these things around.
Cactuses out of its ass.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Here I was thinking that Marco was the one obsessed with butts.
Ouch.
I didn't, I didn't want to go into territory I have no idea about, and which would be more graphic.
Okay.
The barrel. When I look at the barrel from the Biovore, it feels like each sack would fill up with the liquid and then squeeze into the next sack and then squeeze into the next sack until the liquid drips out. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense. It has more sacks than the Biovore thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I love the chassis for the whole thing. The weapons is not my cup of tea.
Really? Because I love the gun that they're identifying as a Biovore gun, and I would want to use that as like a biocannon on like everything else. Just on its own, like bust it off and use it separately.
Yeah.
Even if the integration's not smooth with this creature.
Yeah. Nah.
I do agree.
It's I don't like the carapace on the gun as like a essential part of that. When you think about the old Tyranid guns, the Venom gun had those Venom cannon had those carapaces running down the ridge. But that was basically it, and every other weapon had like this was some sort of tissue, and here suddenly half of the barrel is carapace. But if it's meant to protect anything, why is not the tip carapace as well? Why is that different?
Yeah, good point.
So yeah, and I know it's rule of cool, but maybe I'm going too naturalistic on Tyranids recently. But when you look at that sacks of the spore mine, where they're kind of nested in the back, why is there a hole up there? Why is that not closed?
Yeah, good point. That looks like a perfect target.
Yeah, I shoot here and it goes boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, the next one I would go with would be the Hormigons.
Sorry, Flynn, did you want to say anything?
But I've got some of the chat's points on it.
Oh, are you on Instagram?
for-
Are you on Twitter? Can you post that link to Dicey? Did you find the post I was talking about where Dicey June goes into it or no?
Already done.
Good man, thank you.
It's already in chat. That's what I said.
Check in the
tell me
chat
who
to
it
see
is.
that comparison with Dicey June. Unfortunately, because Elon Musk is an asshole, you have to be logged into Twitter to see tweets these days.
Yeah. It's only while we've got them coming through the messages. James Milner says he was at Warhammer World for the reveal. Actually, nothing major happened, as all the real was like online was on Twitch. You should have seen them though lose their shit when the gaunts were revealed with spike rifles, which I know we'll cover in a few moments.
Good.
It was in Bugman's at the time with good vibes.
Cool.
Musa
Happy to hear that.
has said someone posted a mock-up of a Biovorpyrivore with arms and hooves. That was awesome. And
I think that was
like that.
I think that was Tactical D-Bag, wasn't it?
On
our
I
Discord?
posted it on the Discord. I can't read it because I've got those.
It was Tactical
as
D-Bag,
well.
I'm pretty sure.
In the content arms. Yeah, in content art. Now, there's one thing I've also noticed because it's making it harder to read chats, and it's nothing to do with the people typing it in chat. It's this new fancy button on live YouTube live streams where you can change the emote and you can just spam it with something. So if anyone wants to, just spam it with. If you're when you hear this, just spam this with the 100 one.
Okay.
They will understand what I mean. There's a heart. You can click at it. There's a button that says 100. Just spam 100. That's when we know
the chat with that,
where we're all at.
We'll know when you get to the point where we talked about that in the time warp.
I'm just trying to see the one that. Okay, it's so long ago. I can't deal. Anyway, sorry. That's what chat's at.
Great, thank you so much, and thanks for keeping up with chat.
Tactical D-pad. Yeah, it was tactical.
Simon, hit me.
Yes.
Hormigons. Tell me all about it.
They are cool. They are Hormigons, I would say. What I do like is that they have used the mid pair of arms for this one very dynamic pose in the background of the picture where they where those go backwards. I think while the last box has been, at least for me, mainly used for the front limbs. I hope that these mid limbs are easier to be removed because those smaller limbs can add a great gribbliness to everything.
Yeah, agreed.
They they are very dynamic, and compared to the old Hormigons, that's a great leap. But sadly,
a great
the
leap,
internet
you say?
has
A great leap?
Yes. This pun was brought to you by the IPA, the International Pun Association.
Good man.
I feel like a bit spoiled because, for example, Hive Fleet Delta has done very dynamic Hormigons already.
Yeah.
And like there's this one when you look at the picture. I think it's the first picture. Yes, it is the first picture. On the left side, there's one very pleasantly grinning, and I'm not the biggest fan of those grinning eyes, grinning faces.
Yeah.
But when you look at the mouths on the very right side, like they are stretched open very wide, and I really like that. I think that's a great step because it gives them those real screeching things. It almost looks like organize those in the sense of using those heads. Clearly,
Simon,
Yes.
When I saw those screaming mouths, I immediately thought of you and thought about your criticism of Tyranids, that they have these open mouths, but they're not big enough to look like they're screaming.
It's exactly what he said. No, it is legit. He said it on stream. He was like, yep, he
Yeah.
called it.
Simon called it.
And I think my favorite of those is the one they put up front, that has these this very strong raptor, velociraptor feeling to it.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It looks like straight from Jurassic Park, and that's how I want my Homogons to look.
Yep.
Nice.
So this is definitely a great choice. They still have hooves, but they have these long hooves. I think they really add to the dynamic, because they look like more like they can put more power into on the ground than those
Yeah.
flat hooves.
Yeah. Okay. Are you still there? Oh, I lost your audio for a second.
Oh, what they're called? Okay, I'm still here.
Okay, good. I had lost you.
The Death Spitter is, I can see no change at all. Which is cool, because
You mean the
there's no
Devourer?
need to change this weapon.
I think I'm losing your audio.
Yes, I think so too.
Oh wait, you're still here. Is it just Simon?
Yeah.
Is it just Simon? Is anyone else losing Simon's audio?
He's
He's
going
gone.
back quiet. Maybe it's the mic.
Simon, are you still there? You lost him.
He's dead, Jim.
No! Okay. Well, let's see if he comes back.
Wait.
Did he drop off?
Yeah. I don't
He's
know.
still
I
in
haven't looked there.
No, he's still in
Yeah,
Discord.
I'm still here.
Oh,
He's
we
still
couldn't
here.
hear you for a while
Just
there. Now we
wait.
can hear you.
Yes, good. I don't know why. I probably pushed something. I tried to zoom in on the picture of the spiker rifle. It's great that it's there.
Yeah.
I think I would have. It would have been okay for me if there would have been just one arrow in the barrel, but to me it looks like there are two.
Oh, is there? I didn't
But
notice. Oh, damn. Weird.
This is nitpicking. I'm really curious to.
We lost your audio again.
It's member
You
time.
guys still
It is
there?
classic days.
It is classic days. The fifth member
Always
is kicking us in the face. Glad Marco and Flynn are still here. Right?
Yes,
So
I'm
you
here.
said it? Okay. I don't know what's going on. That's
Well, we
weird.
wait
Because
for
like I'm the one with the
Hydra.
janky internet.
What's the one-
Go ahead. Yeah, go Flynn. Yeah.
We have a very new person joining us, saying,
sweet,
"Hey,
who's that?
it's my first time watching live. Thanks for the inspiration to get me back into the hobby, and for the great sculpting tips. Welcome, Methuselah."
Methuselah.
I am sorry if I
Methuselah is
butchered
as
that.
old as the hills, man.
As the name
I've not seen
suggests.
And
where was Methuselah? I missed that.
Rippled Lampshade,
Yeah.
who I don't recognize. You might be from the whip streams.
No, I don't remember Rippled Landshade.
I might be in the minority, but I don't really like the scything talons for the back legs. So you don't like
This
knife
is on
walkers
the
then, Rippled
the
Lampshade.
Biovore.
Biovore, yeah.
Biovore.
Biovore's just stopped about showing the stream.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's a debated design thing, especially with the Hierophant, where everything, where many people seem to agree that it's not very appropriate for such a big creature to walk on knives and sing on the ground.
Yeah, we're
it's
famously
a-
annoyed by that. We're famously crusty on that, but I don't know. I love the Biovorpyrivore, so I'm making a special exception for these knife walkers.
Agreed. I'm also at the point where I'm rational analysis doesn't matter anymore because it's such a cool creature.
Damn right,
Yeah.
they sold me on it.
You,
Flynn?
me.
Oh no, Simon's back.
Hey.
Simon's back.
Yeah, my PC apparently does weird things right now.
Oh, weird.
Fifth member.
Yeah. So let me do this quick. Really curious to see more about the spiker rifle. Super thrilled about the damn it, lost 4 words.
Strangle web?
Strangle web. So cool that they put it in there.
Yeah, I know,
The weapon is kind of busy, so it's kind of hard to see where is what. And I a bit fear that the weapon is still too big for the creature.
You mean the strangle web?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I love about it is that you can see its purpose. Like you see that those little holes are meant for stuff to spray out, and yeah.
Yep.
And the thing that looks like Necron technology still doesn't fit in my book.
Which is that the shard cannon or whatever, the shoulder mounted?
Yeah.
So you know when you're describing the strangle web, I'm hoping it's just a translation issue. You've basically described what people think it looks like. And it's very Slaneshi.
Come on. I don't think so. I didn't get that vibe from what Simon was saying.
No, but
okay, yes.
because
I'm so bored by dick guns. Like every Tyranid is a dick gun. Yes, okay. I'm so bored by this.
No, I was trying to avoid it, but it said that it sprays out for those holes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You have holes plural, Flynn. I think you should see a doctor if you have holes plural, buddy.
It's alien anatomy. It could work that way.
Okay, sure.
I fear a bit that yeah, don't mind. What was that fear called when you see multiple holes?
Oh, God, tryptophobia. Thank you. Yes, you remembered.
Yep. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, maybe that's when you look at all those death spitters. That's something they put a sign up for that.
So those are devourers. They're not death spitters. Devourers.
Oh yes.
I'm actually
Yeah,
I'm surprised that you're like, it's a good thing they didn't change them. They're perfect. I'm so disappointed they didn't update them and make them better.
Absolutely.
How do you want to update that shape?
I want it to look more like the second edition one. I want it to be more conical and less like a slice of pizza slapped on top of a gun.
So you want to be more round? Like you're sick of having penises and now you want to go back and have something round?
I didn't say anything about being sick of penises. I'm sick of people saying that Tyranid guns are penises.
Okay.
I think it's unoriginal. I'm actually I might be in talks with someone to see about doing a revision devourer. But more on that when I have something to actually report.
Go.
Power Rangers.
I am excited. Because I've always loved the Devourer, but I feel like the Devourers we have they're not strong enough.
It's too symmetrical.
It's puny to me.
It's too symmetrical.
That might be it.
Yeah, maybe that. But yeah, I think it's a solid hit.
Okay, cool.
The whole update. I'm still there's this one head. No, it's not. Yeah, there's this one very head from the one gaunt on the very far right where he bites off his tongue. That I don't like.
Oh, what? I missed that one. Oh, yeah, where his mouth is
I know
almost
which one you mean.
Oh, yeah. There's one at the top. Okay, gotcha.
Above the strangle web. Above the strangle web guy.
Yeah.
And that's weird. But aside from that, I really like the rest.
Good.
And yeah, it's again, it's a bit sad that they are still so large, but who cares?
At least you got your Neurogaunts.
Yeah, I do. I can go to bed crying with my Neurogons. Okay, what's next?
You pick.
Okay, let's go with the with a big thing. What's it called?
Non-emissary.
Non emissary. Norn thing.
Yeah.
Non-emissary and assimilator.
Yeah. Go.
Okay, shows you in the chat. Just 1 second before we go further.
Yes.
Because I asked about the chat's views on the homogons. No, it's about Deathly Kate. James Milner comes in late about the Bible, says, I also like the old Spore Mines more.
Yeah.
Rippled Lampshade goes, I might be in the minority, but I don't like that was with Bibles. Yeah, nothing for the homogons, as that's now just only appeared up on the stream. But anyway, time warp stuff. Let's go into the Norns.
Okay.
I'm really having a hard time with that thing.
The main one, the emissary.
Yeah.
Tell me
There
more.
are cool things there.
Yeah.
But it probably suffers greatly from the paint job because it swallows a lot of those details.
Yeah.
They've got to the 100 section. Sorry.
There we go. Okay. Time warp is caught up. Go ahead.
So let me put it that way. I like those scything talons with that additional limb joint there, which kind of hands things. It just looks gridly. I like that it has hands because they apparently have listened to Marco preaching hands look smart.
Yeah. Hashtag hands look smart.
Yeah. I think that's good on the thing. I kind of like the head, the brainy head thing. I don't like those. In my head, something said it looks mecha. Those fins that go left and right from its face.
Oh yeah, the like hammerhead shark kind of look.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of Gundam, or I'm not into those things. Peter would probably have an idea what I'm talking about, but yeah. So I don't really like those. I don't know. Again, it needs to have brains because it's smart, but why are the brains out? So it the thing there and the lights are out. I like that it has kind of brains in the back and below the carapace, and that the carapace is there to protect it. But did the Hive Mind run out of carapace to protect everything? Or
yeah,
okay. I think I made my point. I like the symbiont on the back, although I have no idea what those tentacles are for.
Look cool,
don't
man.
get me wrong.
To look cool.
I like my tentacles, but they flop around there, just chilling.
You don't like your tentacles flopping around? You like them nice and hard, turgid?
No, I like them longer.
Okay.
Longer and purposeful.
Okay, gotcha.
I think it's a kind of a lame design decision that they have made all the tentacle tips look like the thing from the Mist.
Oh yeah. Yeah, all the neurotentacles.
But yeah.
Yeah,
it's a good tip, but
I like to, when we saw that on the Leviathan box, I thought that was a pretty cool idea to use that. Yeah. But now we see it on every single model, and that is, I don't know, it's a bit too much for me. I think there could have been different choices, and this looks like, oh yeah, we had a good idea, and to make everything look good together, we have to repeat this design choice over and over and over again and ride the pony to death. And this is, I think that's kind of sad because it's a missed opportunity.
Yeah.
And I like those tentacles in the back there. They add like those negative space there, but they could have done something else than just flopping midway around.
Yeah.
I think the head is, again, it would look so much cooler if it would be screaming the shit out shit out so that you can see the back of the brain at the back of its throat.
Oh my god, that would be
I-
gross. That's creepy. Okay.
I assume with those the way they painted it, I'm looking at the head from where it looks sideways.
Yeah.
The way they painted it, it will be some psychic power, like the super, like they slapped basically a zoanthrope on something very big.
It's weird though, because it's supposed to be like an assassin. Why does it need to be a zoanthrope? Isn't it supposed to be like a
Signals
megalictor?
and the whole
it's
creature. I mean, it's described in the fluff as squeezing into small pipes where nobody would
Yes.
expect its body to fit into. Makes no sense.
What?
Marco, that's
Where?
just they're showing how much stronger it is. That you look at this thing with those giant pipes, you're like, it'll never fit. And then it magically is made of Gumby. It just like folds up. Bloop.
Yes, I mean, it's supposed to be a super assassin like the super lictor, like going ahead, and it's said to have a will to be able to form its own decisions, because the
It's
hive
basically
mind, the
Karen.
Long Queen, gives it.
It's the new Karen. It's the new
Yes.
dim Karen.
It can make its own decisions, but the whole thing, when you look at the model, it's like a super assassin, semi-aware. Nah, forget it.
Yeah, like this thing is larger than 2 houses. Like,
Yes.
how can this be sneaky of any kind? And especially with a whole forest on its back. How shall that squeeze through anything?
It can squeeze into an elevator shaft that no one would expect it to fit into. Whoa.
Listen. I know we're like 2 weeks late on the Oghram preview, and you've all looked at these Tyranids 1,000 times, but it's worth tuning into the stream just to hear the way that Simon describes things. I love the way Simon describes things, like saying it's got a whole forest on its back. I like that. Well done, sir.
And yeah, thank you. And also the forest on its back kind of gives it a very strong Elder look, because the Elder, the, I don't know, Wraith things have
Wraith bone
very
structures.
have very similar structures on their back.
Yeah.
Simon, you may have just given someone a brilliant idea of how to do their Tyranid vents. Make them trees.
Oh, what? That's weird.
I know.
And
It's
Nick feels right at home. Gonna get off the egg.
Also, hello, Evil Laugh Entertainment.
Oh, we
Also,
haven't seen
when-
Evil
when
Laugh in a
we're-
long time. Evil Laugh used to be around all the time, I think. Guess
Yeah.
I'm just recognizing that icon from Instagram. Go ahead, Simon.
Yeah. So okay, we had the head. When I look at the Sathing Talons, I feel like these things should not be scything, but they should be pokey. They could have used these things look to stab something and not scythe through things. Like, what do you want to scythe? Space Marines? It doesn't get low enough. So it has to bend over, and then it's get hit by a power fist in the head on the exposed brains, because it has to bend so low to, I don't know. I like the hands.
I will say though, like the scything talons on it are interesting and different. Like, we talk about how we don't want Games Workshop to photocopy stuff. They're not photocopy.
Yes. Well, they do look like there's a symbiote creature of its own, huh?
Yeah, because it has like multiple arms and like fingers, and I think they're pretty cool. But the hands are, I don't know. They look like what's the fucking word? Spatulas?
Which hands are you talking about? The ones with the harpoons in it, or the 6-fingered ones?
The 6-fingered ones.
Oh, okay.
How do you call the things that you flip burgers with?
Spatula.
Spatula, yeah. Look at those thin arms, and then those very wide hands. It looks like it's a pan in itself. And
Simon, did you get much of an Alien Queen vibe from this? Doesn't the Alien Queen have 6 fingers? Marco?
Yes, but they're arranged differently. Okay. Like this is the longest finger, it is too wide. When you think of the alien queen, it has, or the alien design, it's the hands are almost symmetrically, and fingers are fused together and very spindly, so very thin and yeah, insect-like. And this looks very flat.
Okay.
And they're arranged evenly. Maybe if you just pose the fingers differently, then just have them stretched outwards and make the hand look weird. Or maybe it's because, as I assumed earlier, we're living in a two-dimensional world. It's maybe the angle of the way the picture is taken.
Yeah.
Yeah, doesn't really add to it. Now the problem I'm having is reading the last picture. Apparently, there's a different weapon choice.
Yeah. So did you see the? So okay, you've been talking this whole time about the top one, right? The Norn emissary. Have you? What about the Norn assimilator? So they screwed up here, and they took a picture of a Norn assimilator painted in Leviathan colors, and they took that weird little bioweapon thing with the harpoon in it, and they put it up with the emissary. But I think that's a weapon that's unique to the assimilator. So should we move down to the assimilator, and you can talk about that, starting with the picture of the Kraken one beside the Wraithlord?
Yep. So two friends hanging out with a back forest. It's weird that in the back of the assimilator.
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
In the back, you can see those elder structures with the same forest on the back. It looks like they have.
They're all related.
Yeah. So I'm not sure if just for the picture in itself, if it would have looked better with a cyborg or something boxy to contrast
Dreadnought?
the organic shape.
Yeah.
But,
I know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like this one a bit better. It doesn't have this large head that seems to get in its way with its back force.
Yep.
And the head looks more menacing, and it has the same weird tentacles on the back. But those harpoon weapons, they're cool, and they remind me pretty much of Skyline.
Yep.
And here you can see why they have thrown out Dimkaran, because this is the Dimacron design too, right? It had those hands, the palm hands with a tentacle thing to shoot out and grab things.
Yep.
So this is probably why they kicked out the Dimacron, because it fulfilling this role, they just repurposed, gave the same role a different model.
I've got a quick question for you, Simon.
Yeah.
How do you feel about for the model? They have it with 8 limbs.
Oh, just the one. Yeah, if you scroll down to the one that's painted in the Leviathan colors, the simulator.
Oh,
you notice the little baby scything? You're talking about how the scything talons were ineffective on the other model. How effective are those little baby ones?
I think the whole design idea is, well, what I like is when a design idea is easy to read. It appears that those no, they look pretty much the same. To me, this whole thing is easy to read. So as idiotic those, yes. When you as idiotic as it seems, but those flash hooks and those harpoons basically serve the purpose of something pulling towards the face. And having those additional arms up there, which are weirdly proportioned, but they add to this to the image of everything that's been pulled towards this mouth being just crushed by many stabs. And this is, again, those they look weird because they poke out of the the carapace, and I think they are too wide on the base. It looks like it has lifted a bit too many weights with those arms. But I kind of like it. And I like that it has those big mandibles on its face, which adds to the insect idea. I bet when you take this whole load out and give it a different pose, remove the forest on the back, and give it like a circular mouth that and some do reverse mandibles, like have 2 mandibles up and 2 mandibles down, which would add into shove it in its face motion. That could look like a very horrible creature for being such a large one.
Okay. Simon, I forgot to ask this question as we were going through them. Are you going to buy one, and if so, how many?
No, and 0.
Oh, okay.
Because this will be in a, I don't know, the price range of over 120 euros, and that's my hobby budget for half a year.
Oh wow, okay, yeah.
Counter question to you.
Yeah.
If they do what a lot of people are expecting them to do, where they release a box set with all of it in one go, say with the new codex as well, say for what they've done previously for about 150 quid, where all of the new releases are in that box, plus the codex.
150, that seems like cheap for all these models.
Yeah.
But that's typical what they've done though, with like, if you look at the Orc one, the Sister Battle one was about 120. I'm just extrapolating up because of inflation. 150 sounds about right, based on our extrapolations. Would you then, and that's 150 pounds, not euro.
Yeah.
Would you consider it?
That would be then probably 200 to 250 euros, and that's still.
Yeah.
You just said that's his hobby budget for a year or half a year.
Yeah. The only reason I'm saying, because I don't, even though I do work within the financial sector, conversions of currency doesn't make sense half the time.
Yeah, so let's assume that would be 200 euros. I'm not sure, because I see me not playing that game on that scale. So I can see me playing like a Killteam sized game, but I don't have, no matter how quick the game has become, see me spend a whole evening moving this big thing around, because apparently to have one of those, you have to have, I don't know how many points on the battlefield to feel it, to have it feel worthy. I have too many Titans that I have never fielded, and that would be an additional one.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough. But
I'm still on the position that I am the models that I build, unless they are very small side projects of a handful of models, I still want to use them for something.
Just only because you mentioned it with these. If you go back, so for the Biovorpyrivore, would you go for it?
Would you buy a Biovorpyrivore? How many?
Would I buy it?
Would you buy it?
I assume there's one in the box, and I could actually see me buying one at some point, because I would remove the cannon and use it for something else, because it would make an amazing critter for all kinds of games.
Oh, not just Tyranids, like for other games.
Yeah.
Simon is our miniature agnostic tabletop member of the Creature Conference, who plays everything and anything.
I'm lost to the cause.
And creates his own systems. Don't forget that bit.
Yes.
I'm dwelling in different dimensions. Yeah, so this is on the big one. I saw it, and it was very busy, and my eye could not read the details, and that was when my brain shut off and said, "Interesting, large. I will never have one. Move along."
Yeah. What do you think of the flesh hooks?
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
And the last
like
one that
the
we
idea, but
already
I think
covered,
it'll be
the
a flash hook.
Termagants and the Hormigans.
Sorry, Simon, what were you saying?
Sorry.
I like the idea of flash hooks, but they never really worked on a model so far. And here they are, I don't know, half stretched out. So if you would have the thing shooting one of its harpoon cannons, and the harpoon is, I don't know, on the way in mid-flight, then
Yes.
shooting the flash hooks or one side of the flash hooks could make sense, like for additional impact. But
Yeah.
having it stand there and having it kind of reminds me of a drunken dude standing somewhere and pissing
Everywhere.
on the everywhere. Yeah, just because they can, and it looks very joyous. It looks like a very childish move. It's like, woohoo! I can, pew pew pew. Like a kid.
Simon, I've seen you do it.
What?
I have seen you do it.
Getting drunk and pissing everywhere.
Yes,
Of course.
I might be guilty of that. Yes,
Okay.
but I'm a childish imp. So who cares?
It takes no one, I guess.
Simon, do the flesh hooks look familiar?
Do they? Probably.
It's a trick question, huh?
Yeah, they look like the old ones. I don't know.
That's what I think.
They look like upscaled ones. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I feel. They look like the upscaled warrior ones, like the exact same bit.
Super lazy.
Which is sad because like that harpoon, I love that harpoon hand. And I'm like, yeah, show me more cool harpoon stuff. And like, if you're going to put flesh hooks on something this big, give it like awesome Titan size, like chest harpoons. But no, it's just like, pew, 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 flesh hooks.
Yeah, like those on the chest weapon from the Revenants.
Revenant? What? Oh, the Ravners. Yeah. They have the chest guns. Yeah.
They have funky chest guns. That's cool.
Yeah.
But this is, I don't know.
Okay, so you're not buying this one. Anything else you want to say about this big one before we move on?
Nope.
Flynn Hammer was going to check. Are you going to buy any Hormigons?
Maybe.
Yeah.
Or Termagants.
Yeah.
Or Termagants.
My true love is Termagants. I still have one whole unit of not Death Spitters. What was her name again?
Devourers.
Devourers,
yes, of Devourers standing around. I never painted them. But those flash hooks look. No, those flash hooks. Spike
rifle.
Spike rifle.
Spine rifle and the strangle web. Those
strangle web.
Yeah.
It looks like you only get one in the box. It looks like they're like special weapons, rather than before where you could give a whole squad them.
Yeah.
I say Simon did get some Devourers in his care package. Well, the arms.
Nice.
Which are great use.
I know you wanted them, and I was like, "Yep, I have them. I've got loads of them." From chat,
the Gene Sealers now.
Let's get in the chat quickly.
Chat, we have Rippled Lampshade, and he goes non embrasary MMMS.
Is that Valrak?
Yes, we all know where that comes
from.
That's a Valrak. No, not Valrak, but it's a Valrak impression. To be honest, Valrak can actually pronounce it now, which is disappointed me.
He got encouraged me. I was practicing.
Yeah.
He's
an emissary. It's just brilliant though. Like it's he actually was like, no, I need to learn to say this. And it's like, he's like, it's not your army, but you made the effort, and it's really great.
Yeah.
I do miss when he can't pronounce it, but I do appreciate the effort. James Milner goes, I love the Norn model. I think the vents look ace. I think it's a little bit unimaginative, as it literally an upscaled tyrant, but still love the design.
It is very much an upscale tyrant. You're right.
Methuselah says, there's a lot I like about the emissary. Only the awkwardness of the head carapace knocking against the chimneys bothers me. I agree.
Yeah. Good point.
But I guess evolution can select some awkward traits in reality too. Rippled Lampshade actually comes back saying only the top two spines are actually chimneys. The rest of the spines don't have holes at the top, which is odd. That could be
Oh, I
fixed.
didn't realize that. That's a good observation.
Jason, yeah, their extended head seems a bit much. You can make them have holes. Ha ha ha.
Okay.
That's it. Chat.
Nice. Thanks. Simon, where'd you like to go next?
Gene Stealer. Give me a second.
Sure. All right, we'll pull that up for when he gets back. Marco, are you working on hobby right now, or are you just chilling?
Yes, I'm working. Why do you ask?
What are you working on?
On the Prime, actually.
Nice. The Crucible Prime.
I stippled the structure on the tail of the Prime to make it look less flat.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, Marco was talking about this before we started, that he was looking to put some kind of markings on the tail for the Crucible Prime. What did you settle on in terms of marking?
I just stippled some texture on it, just some different shades of the base color, make it look like plastic and less plastic and flat, because I can't be bothered to paint something elaborate. I don't think I can pull it off convincingly. So just wanted to give it some structure to make it look like less plasticky and
Nice.
look like the skin has some texture. And
you're happy with it?
Okay, I think I'm
good.
Yes, I'm good. I think it's finished now.
I feel like that's a part of Tyranid painting that I wish I could explore more, which is like the markings. Like I've never messed around with markings. And Frankendoodle recently did a pretty awesome old one-eye conversion, and went so far as to like pull in the classic old one-eye paint scheme, which had like yellow markings in it. And I thought that was a really striking addition to the way he was painting it.
Totally. Did such a great job.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely
Flynn,
agree.
can you link to Frankendoodle in the chat?
Yeah. Give me a moment. I just put in my thing of in regards to like names gone, brain not working. I only found out recently, I forgot to say this earlier, that over 3 years ago, I found out, I was like, oh, I did a Winged Tyranid Prime about 3 years ago, asking, oh, that would be nice for 9th edition. Never came, and then
you did a Winged Tyranid Prime and forgot about it?
I completely forgot about it.
Dude, you're Mr. Shrike. How can you forget about that? I'm so disappointed.
Because I didn't call it a Shrike. That is why.
Okay.
So I was just scrolling through. I was like, oh, that was one of those. And just like, yeah. All right, let's go to Frankendoodle.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Simon,
he's
are you back?
criminally underliked.
Yes, I'm back.
Yeah, if you're not following Frankendoodle, you need to follow Frankendoodle, because Frankendoodle is going to put us all on the ground. Like,
do it now.
I don't know if Marco and Simon are up on like Frankendoodle sculpting, but goddamn, that guy.
Ex-Warp Shadow member. That's all you need to know, guys. Just follow.
Yes, I'm sure that all of his skill is linked to the fact that he's an ex-Warp Shadow member.
All his skill has its origins.
What else could it be?
Yep.
All the great sculptors have been on Warp Shadow. I don't see any other great Tyranid sculptors that haven't been on Warp Shadow.
Wait. Thrifty Squirrel was not on Warp Shadow, was he?
But he's on the Shadow of the Warp. Just swap the words around. Is Warp Shadow.
What?
I will get you with the language. He's in the Shadow of the Warp Discord. Yes, there's a Discord for us.
Thrifty is an amazing Tyranid creator. Was never on Warp Shadow. I think he might have been.
There is
too
always
young for
exceptions. Exceptions to the rule.
Okay. Simon, you want to hit us up with some Gene Stealers, otherwise known as symbionts, where you guys live?
Yeah. I like them. Point They look pretty much like the old ones. Yeah, they have a different back row pace, but they're just more detailed. Not sure if I like the new rending claws that much. The way they're painted make the fingers look a bit weird.
They're bigger. They're bigger.
Yeah. What I do really like it are those different tongues and the poses, and there's a head that has just the grin and no tongue out. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that one.
And those textures on the tongue, which really add to it, and that they're very dynamic. I like those hands. I do kind of miss a tiny bit the alien vibe to those hands with the fused fingers, but
oh yeah,
that's okay to be left out. Yeah, and there's a tentacle head in there, which is kind of cool.
No, there's enough tentacle heads for all of them. He confirmed.
Really, you can.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah, which is good news.
I don't. There's this children illness where you get those very swollen things in your throat. There's this one head that has the same thing.
Oh, mumps or whatever. Yeah.
Mumps, yeah.
I think
it's the Acidmore head.
What?
I think that's the Acidmore head.
Maybe, yeah, probably. It looks a bit like a sickness, but that's okay to me.
Do you remember what the old Acidmore head looked like?
Yes.
Yes, the
Never
ball
used
chinny.
that bit anyway.
Yeah, the ball chins. It looks a lot better than that.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I really like them.
Are you buying them?
Probably not. Why? Because I have. Well, the basic answer with all those things is I have already 60 plus of them kicking around.
Yeah.
So it's a statement in how good the Biovore is that you still want to buy that, even though you've got 60 plus kicking around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Nice. Nice.
And the fact it's a knife walker as well. That's really good.
Yeah, it looks different. Okay, we should get into the tasties. How about the lictors?
Save the best for last. Oh wait, I want to ask you, because you're a big tentacle face guy. What do you think of the tentacle head that they created for the Gene Stealers?
It's solid. I like the paint job on the Kraken ones better than the other ones.
Oh,
because
yeah.
on the Kraken it looks really flashy and it really looks like an octopus.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I like that it's. I might sound paradox, but here the tentacles are more hanging and are not have a very animated tip, but the rest is more hanging, and that gives a very octopus image.
Yeah.
And I kind of like it that the first tentacle starts where the nose is, and that there's the stretched skin connecting it to the other tentacles. That's pretty cool. And
it's more defined, yeah.
It's different in the paint jobs. Like when you look at the on the down, the blue one.
The blue one. I believe that's the Hive Fleet Hydra scheme.
That's Hydra, yeah.
Oh shit!
Not the real Hydra.
It doesn't look like stretched skin, but when you look at the Kraken one, it really looks like stretched skin. So that's what I got to add there.
But you mentioned that. I've also noticed they've got rid of a lot of the ridging on them.
Which ridging?
Like if you look at it, so on the tentacles for the current Gene Stealers before these ones actually come out, there's like ridging along the tentacles, so it gives you that sense of flow. These ones don't have that ridging basically every other 2-3 millimeters along the tentacle.
Oh, yeah, we just got a couple of like nicks, or like they look like a couple of ridges, just a few.
It has that little, the little covering that goes around it from where the tentacles come out, and it's like a covering over the top of it. But it's less that's really defined on the current models, but it's less defined on these.
Yeah.
So I see what you mean. It's less is more in this case. Now,
Yeah, you can always paint that in. Like you
Simon.
can paint in the retching after as
Yeah.
an effect rather than
Yeah, but
What?
but Flynn is absolutely right here that this really adds to have it look more natural.
Yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
realize that until you just mentioned it now.
This is
That's
why
I
we're
love
getting
having, like,
Hydra's opinion.
different
New
people's
ideas all the time.
feel. Now, what do you think about the claws for them? Not the 5-fingered hands, just the three,
Yeah,
two
when
fingers and the thumb.
when you look at the picture from Hive Fleet Kraken,
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
don't have like hand palms.
Yeah. Now,
They look like fingers stuck to your underarm, and there's kind
Wrists?
of, to me, there's something missing. It almost looks like feet.
that's
Oh.
exactly where I was about to go with this.
Interesting.
And this
Do you-
is, it's cool for feet, but for hands, that's what I tried to say earlier, is that they don't look as menacing, because they don't look like they can deliver the pressure that you need.
Yeah,
They're-
I was about to say they look awkward as hands, but for clawed feet, they look great.
Yeah. They
That's
don't look.
where I was going to go with my next question. So yeah,
Maybe it depends on the again on the picture being taken, but they look very, I don't know, not like they cannot deliver the tearing. It's more like it's meant to be a slashing weapon, and that's weird.
Ah, I gotcha.
Okay.
Slicing claw instead of a rending claw.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, Flynn, where are you going to try with this? That as Marco pioneered the Gene Sealer hand as foot on flying Tyranid, that these would make even better. Gene Sealer hands as foot on flying Tyranid.
I'm just pioneering. Just Gene Sealer claw is good for foot claw.
Well,
if not
I'm
just
pretty sure
flying,
Marco pioneered that, but
yeah, but I mean just
saying this
in
one.
general, these
Yeah.
ones will work really well because they've got that look that's perfect for it. Oh, we have someone. I believe we have had Fergus Carroll before. Correct me if I'm
Fergus
wrong.
Carroll, yep, sounds familiar.
They go, this show is awesome.
Welcome back, Fergus Carroll. Good to see you.
Triple
Thanks for the
Latte
love.
I was hoping, since both of the Norn monsters are meant to be Karen's replacements, that one of them would retain the giant chest mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jasmine goes, I'm tempted to get the emissary / the norm box and just replace the arms with the Tyrannifex rupture cannon. Reckon it would make a cool standing Tyrannifex.
Yes. Well, someone's already done that. Who was it? Was it painted by a Muppet? No, who did that first? 40K, what is 40K or something like that?
Wow.
There's someone who did a conversion like that using I think a Hive Tyrant, a Tyrannifex, and made like a standing, it basically looked like a Hive Tyrant with a giant cannon, and it worked very well. And I think this would also work very well for that, because this is basically a giant Hive Tyrant. There's
So like
one person who pioneered it, and
40K
one
or
person
something,
who
which changed his name.
wait. Persnickety Sculptor did it initially, but I think Persnickety Sculptor hadn't finished the creature yet. And then God, what is 40K? I think took it and ran with it, or there was someone else. I can picture their icon on Instagram. I can't remember their name. Yeah, so a couple people have done it, and it looks really good. So I think that's a really good idea.
I've seen it. I'm just like the arm positions and stuff for me. It's off. I don't really personally. I'm not for it, but I can understand
I'm absolutely for it because I love shooty Tyranids.
Yeah,
it's a pretty cool gun beast.
But I'm just thinking like that whole idea of putting them on the the Norn models, because like when I see people do like the flying Hive Tyrant and go, I'm going to give it the Twin Devourers with the Flesh Borer Hives, I see the appeal. It's the cheap way of doing it. And I just look at it and just look. The arms just look too big for the actual body. It doesn't look like it would work.
Okay.
And that's how my brain works. Is does it work if you were to think of it in a natural environment? You go like you look at it, it goes, doesn't match with the rest of it. No, it doesn't. And it's that's why for me, I've got to look at things that will work naturally. And some of these, they look brilliant. I won't deny it. They look brilliant. There's a lot of hard work on it. They are amazing. But just the brain going, does that actually work naturally? It doesn't fix that itch for my brain going, yeah, that would be natural. So I'd love to see like a proper image of it to understand it.
Simon.
Yeah.
Have you cheekily saved the best for last?
Yeah. Of course.
Shall we go there now?
Yes, please.
And we are, of course,
lictors.
speaking of the lictors.
Yes.
So do you want to do them in the order? Do you want to do them in the order
Yeah.
they show up in the article, or what?
No, I want to go from the worst to the best.
Yep.
Fucking hate the Death Leaper still.
Really?
Flesh coat. Yeah, flesh coat makes no sense. The face looks uninspired. Like copy paste left right is bleh. Yes, it has many eyes. Still, it looks like it's the tentacles are spraying out of its mouth. Yeah, the coat
Wow,
just
that's a
kills
lot
it
of
for
hate.
me.
Man, I didn't know you hated it that much.
No love for it. No, not a single quota in me likes it.
Oh shit. Okay, well.
I know you don't like the what's it, the cape for the Death Leaper.
Yeah.
Now, when I first saw the cape for the Death Leaper, the first thing that popped into my head was that the cape would be used to hide their tracks, like it is in 101 Dalmatians. They just cover the tracks up so they can't see where it's gone.
This is where Tyranid inspiration
the animated
comes from
version.
Yep.
But no, but my brain went. That's the only way I can explain it. Is like, you know, when people go like, "Oh, you got to hide your tracks," and they always like use a leaf or something to move away the tracks.
Simon?
You can't see the footprints or anything.
Yeah.
That's
Has
what
that
comes
sold
to
you
my
on
mind
it?
with that.
Do you now love the flesh cape
Nope.
because it's like a happy little tail? Okay, move on.
Nope.
Never mind.
Let's go to the solid work there. The lictor.
Yep.
The lictor. What do I like about it is the new pose. It looks less than a warrior. It looks taller now and still spindly. And the large feet enforce the image of its speed. I'm sadly haven't seen a tail anywhere so far, but
no, you can see it in one of them. It's born. Hold on.
Okay, are you on the main article for the lictors all in the 3 go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you see the bit where they've got the Neuro Lictor at the front and you've got the Lictor at the back? The tail does show there. It's a very small picture.
Oh, no, you can see it on Instagram. Hold on. You can see it on Instagram.
Oh, they've got the
Warhammer
Instagram.
Community has it on their Instagram. I actually stole the picture for this, for the card for the stream.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
If you go to Warhammer Community and you scroll back a ways, there's a picture of the Lictor and you can see the tail.
Okay. What I like about it is nothing new. I think the front part of the face looks amazing. So the tentacles and those mandibles, they have the right proportion to it. It works amazingly well.
Yeah.
It looks very familiar, but still, like you can see that they put more work into it, making it look good. What I'm not very happy with it are those sunflower growths on the side of its head. I know it's supposed to give the head a different structure and a different, I don't know,
Profile.
shape.
Not a
Profile, yeah.
photocopied gaunt head. As we've said before, it's not a photocopied gaunt head, which we hate.
Yes, but no. It never was a photocopied gaunt head.
Right.
Because it was a gaunt head with tentacles in its face, and it has a different angle with which it sticks to the body, and with those I would call it crown things growing from the side of its head. It kind of loses the this hooded imagery that I really liked about the old Lictor. That made it look like it could withdraw its head into kind of a shell. When you look at the red
interesting. Yeah.
When you look at the red one, it kind of looks like the head is now a lid cover. It kind of fits there, but there's not much movement to be made with those things on the side. It made me think of Viking helmets, which did not have horns because it's stupid to have horns on a boat.
Because it didn't work. Yeah.
Yeah. So that kind of it's a minor annoyance, which is easily solved with a knife, and then it works. I'm not sure about I like that the back carapace goes around like a collar, but it has all those easy to paint with contrast paint structures on that, which are a bit too large for me, for my personal taste, but they're there. It's nothing to moan about. I'm looking at the red one right now, and I really like how those mantis scything talons fold together, and that the joint in the back looks like it's really meant to shut and keep shut and hold its prey there.
Yeah.
You can see on I think you can see on the red one the tail tip poking backwards.
Yeah, you can.
It looks like carapace there.
It's not terribly exciting.
Yeah, it looks like a happy tail going upwards. I think it doesn't support the pose there, but that's okay. I like the hands, although they look like the baby hands from the emissary.
Okay. They have 4 fingers though, not 6.
Yes, but the structure is the index finger is the longest, and everything goes smaller afterwards.
I see what you mean. Yeah, we got that on like the Neuro Tyrant and stuff too.
Yeah, which is kind of okay. Which is good because it alienates the hand shape and so is recognizable as a hand. I surprisingly like the split hooves here. I know the Death Leaper has split hooves as well. I like them here because they just add a different foot, and they're so proud that they made a special picture of it. We listened to the Creature Conference and we did alter the hooves a bit, and now we have cows. Now we have cows in space. Isn't that great?
Stealth cows. Stealth cows,
yes. Horrible stealth cows. It almost sounds like a sticker idea.
Oh no! I'm picturing you drawing a Lictor cow. Oh my god, it's amazing. Please draw me a Lictor cow. I'll make a sticker.
Simon, is there any other bits of the design that you've noticed from the model?
Flynn's trying to fish for something. Can you feel the gears turning in his head? He's trying to fish.
No, these are the points that I like. What I don't like are those are the nods towards the second edition.
You don't like them?
No, those hip claws never made sense to me on the second edition Lictor, and on this one doesn't make sense again. What are they for? They cannot hold anywhere. They cannot grab anything. They're just sticking out there. They're just Viking horns. They're there because they're there.
That's actually what I was pointing at.